Hey guys, Camp 15 back at it with another video for you guys, and hopefully you guys are having a great Merry Christmas. Which actually I forgot. There we go. Better. Should be better lighting anyways. Um, yes, it's Christmas Day, and we have the final episode of More Than a Married Couple on Christmas Day. And it's the finale. After coming off that crazy shock value, that shocking moment, that shocking cliffhanger at the end of the episode, and I was really wondering where was the finale going to go. And the finale just listen, I'm not trying to say the finale underwhelmed me, but in a way it just I feel like it didn't do it for me. Now obviously there's more source in the manga. There's more content in the manga, which I'm actually going to more than likely go read now this is over, because I don't know if this show is going to get a season 2. I really don't. But generically, this episode pretty much assumes the whole thing, of the fact that it's Jirou just spending time with two people he's interested in. First half of it was Shiori, the second half was with Akari. And then end of the episode, pretty much in a way they kind of have a competition, in a way, as it's kind of the episode admitting to the point, it's kind of the anime saying, well, okay, we have these two characters that are in love with Jirou, yada yada yada. And it's weird. I feel like this series is going to go the route of Jirou has to make a decision. Now, obviously, these two girls, they're going to do the best they can to try to get them to fall for him, or for him to fall for them. And it's going to be the whole thing. It just felt kind of underwhelming. Just from the standpoint, it's kind of not a thing from Jirou's side of the episode where it's like, okay, yeah, like I need to make a decision and everything. I'm not saying like he has to make a gun-ho decision, but at least he has to have the knowledge of potentially understanding he's gonna have to make a decision at some point, and everything. So it's gonna be interesting. Anyways, the episode starts off after like about a day, after a day or a few days after the whole summer camp stuff. Remember, the summer camp thing was going on for 3 days, and she always kind of just overthinking about what happened in the moment when she kissed him. She's wondering, like, what did I do the right thing? What did Jirou feel in that moment? Does he actually mean, like, is his feelings actually serious like mine are, and everything? So she's kind of doubting herself and everything. Even Jirou's also kind of, we even do cover Jirou. Jirou's like, wait, why did she kiss me? Does she mean like that? Does she hate me? Yada yada yada. Your typical thing after a kiss moment, where you have these two characters wondering, oh, do they like me? Do they not like me? It's gonna be freaking interesting, to say the least. It's gonna be interesting to see where that storyline's gonna go. But pretty much this episode, like I said, it's just Jirou spending time with the two girls that he likes, really, the two girls that like him. And I thought it was gonna go the whole thing of like, oh, he's gonna spend time with one girl, spend time with another girl, he's gonna probably make a decision. I'm like, okay, I have an idea on who I want to spend my time with, but it's gonna be interesting, to say the least. You have it to where he ends up going to this bookstore to just make his mind just get away from all this situation and everything. And at the same time, he was playing the game, and the game kind of, the RPG game he was playing, in a way, kind of reenacted the scene that he had with Shiori, about the whole thing of like, oh, I'm sorry, am I special, the whole kiss scene and everything. He goes to the bookstore to kind of just fresh his mind up and just get away from that, but then he actually ends up running into Shiori at the same bookstore. Pretty much the whole thing is, she actually was going there to get some notebooks, but at the same time was willing to get a manga for her younger brother, who also still remembers Jirou. And he's like, oh really, and things like that. And I'm like, oh boy. Now I'll say this to credit Shiori, in the outfit she was wearing this episode, she looked cute as fuck. I ain't gonna lie, she looked cute as shit. I like the way she does her hair. The last few episodes, the way she's done her hair, instead of having it be the straight down hair, um, and everything. It was nice. And honestly, it was probably I like the outfit she was wearing. It was pretty cute and everything. The same manga was that Jirou was trying to get. She was trying to get for her brother. But the thing is, they're like, oh no. So they kind of hang out a bit. Then they walk out. Of course, it's ominously raining, which is hinting at the fact that they kissed in the last episode in the rain, and pretty much they're just waiting for the rain to talk up. They don't talk. Obviously things are getting awkward between the two, and we even see that even at the start of the episode, they actually did go back, and they're wondering, oh, what took them so long? Well, I wonder if they did something scandalous. The other, students thought they maybe did something weird, and Akari had that look on her face, like, oh, wow. But the thing is, you have it to where Shiori, she ends up saying, hey, Jirou, did you want to come over to my place, which is the practical exam place, just to wait out the rain, and they're pretty much just chilling. Things are kind of awkward. They're both reading. They're not really talking to each other, and, they're just looking at each other in a way when they have time to look, and they're like, I hope he's not feeling weird about this, everything. And then Jiro's just wondering, like, I hope she's not weirded out. Like, he even says, like, I haven't even read a freaking panel of my manga, but it's just like, and he's talking about like her features and everything, and I'm just like, my guy, if you're something so bad, I'm like, geez Louise. Eventually she walks off into her room, and she's wondering if she can do this because, simple. They're both wondering, like, wait, do we hate each other? But eventually the rain clears up. They see this double rainbow, and they take a picture together on the balcony, and then she's like, I'll send you this picture, and then I'll send you also the picture at the beach. Jirou sees Akari. He opens his eyes a little bit wider, and it's like, oh, now it's clicking. He realizes that Akari is the one, isn't it? Not really. So after he leaves, he goes back. I think another day has passed or something like that. Again, it's summertime for them. He ends up getting texts, just spamming, and then he finds out it's from Akari. Akari's like, hey, I'm bored and everything, and he's like, oh really, I'm bored too. And she's like, hey, did you want to meet up somewhere and everything at this like train station? He's like, I guess we can. And she's like, okay, it's a date. And my boy's freaking out like it's a date. I'm like, he's like, a date? There's no way she's meaning like this. And I'm like, dude, come on, bro. If she wants to go out with you, she wants to go out with you, bro. Anyways, he ends up waiting for her, and she ends up showing up late because she forgot her phone. I feel like that's going to be a habit of hers. She keeps forgetting her damn phone. She wears this, again, listen, I like what Shiori wore in this week's episode when they were hanging out. Akari, please take my money. I don't know why Jirou's like, I like Shiori, but I'm sorry, Akari. I don't know why he just doesn't go for Akari. She's wearing the better outfit, bro, and she's hotter. And again, she does this whole thing like, oh yeah, and then plus I wanted to wear this. I wanted to look really good, and I wanted to decide on an outfit to buy, and I wanted to buy this because this is like your type of style clothes you like to see me in. And I'm like, my man, and everything. And Jirou again monologuing in his head, he's like, wait, she picked out an outfit just for me, my style, the type of style I like to see her wear. Again, I'm like, dude, she's giving you these hints, and it's so fucking obvious to the naked eye. You can see, like, dude, if a girl was doing that and she was constantly saying, oh, this bikini is for you, I'm wearing this dress for you, that's a dead giveaway. The girl's in love with you, bro. And again, he's still in a way kind of questioning, like, wait, there's no way she could be doing this for me. There's no way. So yeah, and I'm like, you're so fucking dense, Jirou. But they end up going out on a freaking date, and they just spend time. They go like this cat cafe. They go to like this milkshake place. I'm guessing that Jirou ends up saying like, oh yeah, I remember what you told me about this and everything. She's like, what, you did remember? He's like, yeah, of course I would. Why wouldn't I? And you're just kind of, having these nice moments. They have an indirect kiss moment type of thing, and she's telling him like, I don't know why you get so flustered about that. And at first I thought he was like laughing or something like that. Honestly, my boy, he should have made her get flustered. He should have just took her drink, and he should have drank that drink and said, here, you drink it. Which would have been absolutely funny, but whatever. Like I said, they go to this cat cafe. They have this nice moment, from that too. And they're just kind of hanging out. So yeah, what is it? Akari actually had a picture of when they were at the cat cafe. This one person was taking a picture, and pretty much Jirou makes the mention like, oh, it looks like we're a family, or we have a child or something like that, and pretty much saying, well, I guess we're the husband and the wife, the mom and the dad, and the cat's the child. And at first it looked like, oh, Akari is like, oh, she's gonna get flustered by this. No, she actually didn't get flustered by this, and he thought she would be flustered and she would be pissed off at him. But no, she just laughed. She's like, that's very funny, Jirou. I never thought about it that way. And I'm like, dude, she's not reacting the ways that you'd think she would react. So it looks like she likes you, bro. They end up going back to the train station, and it's this whole thing there. She looks like she's about to go back home, but then she's like, oh wait, I gotta go to the shrine. I forgot to do something. I forgot to get this little thing. They end up walking, and they actually run into Shiori. Shiori's kind of shocked and everything, seeing Jirou and Watanabe. They're like, oh yeah, we've been hanging out for the day. We've just been out and about, just hanging out. But then I realized I had to go to the shrine to go see something, and pretty much Shiori's like, oh really? And yeah, and that's pretty much where the episode ends off with them, because Shiori's like, hey, let's race up to the shrine. And I'm just like, oh, okay, this is kind of a thing there. And they're just running, and as they're running, you're just kind of seeing their path, their direction of where they took. Again, she runs into the whole thing of these two kids playing with childhood friends, yada yada yada. She sees this, runs on. Akari's running past this couple that were kissing, which is a reference to the kiss they had at the start of the series, the abrupt kiss moment they had. I forgot to mention at the start of the episode, Shiori makes the mention the way that when Jirou kissed their first kiss, Jirou and Shiori's first kiss, Shiori knew that no, this feeling before you felt how to kiss somebody. And pretty much she puts two and two together that Akari and Jirou did kiss. So I do like that. And they're just running through. You're kind of seeing things like these wedding scenes, these couple things and everything. And they run up to the shrine and everything. They see these old couples they see this old couple, and the old person's name is Jirou, and pretty much they make a funny saying like, oh, this is just like the Jirou we know, huh? And yeah, so they do their whole prayers and everything. Jirou's like, wait a second, isn't this supposed to be like some sort of thing where you want your romantic fantasies to come true? And you just have the two girls side by side with him and everything, and pretty much the episode ends off with back to the practical and everything going on. Jirou's gonna help out Akari with cooking, and then the game says Jirou has leveled up. I guess the two girls in the game, one that looks like Akari and the one that looks like Shiori, they're pretty much traveling side by side with him. Now I don't know what this is supposed to mean, that they're going the angle of maybe a threesome. I don't think so, but they're definitely going the path of right now it's Jirou, Akari, and Shiori, and Jirou at some point is going to have to make a decision on who he wants more, because both these girls, they're going to be taking their shots, they're going to be taking their hit moments at him to try to attract him to them, pretty much. We also get the ending part of the episode in the post-credit scene where we find out that Jirou, Akari, Tenjin, and Shiori, they all are in the top 5, which if you remember in the rules are that they can switch up partners if they are in the top 5. That's going to be an interesting thing. Now, if there is a season 2, I would envision that would be what the arc is surrounded about. Jirou may be willing to go that, but Akari might be against that. Now, again, it will have to come down to the fact that Akari will have to tell Jirou the reason why I'm against switching partners now is because I like you. So it's gonna be very interesting to see. Again, I don't know if they're gonna have a season 2 for the show. I honestly think it would deserve a season 2. I'm gonna go read the manga regardless. So yeah. Now I think I might reread the manga from the beginning just to see if there was any cut content from the manga that wasn't adapted in the first 12 episodes of the season. But yeah. But the one thing to give my final thoughts on this show. The one thing about the running between Shiori and Akari where they're running against each other in a race, it's pretty much, I guess, to me, it feels like an acknowledgement of the fact that these two girls, they both know that they both like Jirou. I think it's an acknowledgement to these two that, hey, I know you would like Jirou. You know, we both like Jirou. We both want him to be our boyfriend. So, you know, this is going to be a race. This is going to be a competition between us now. No hard feelings to who wins. And I think it's going to be the type of thing where these girls aren't going to get so hostile and aggressive toward each other. I think it's going to be a respectable rivalry between the two to try to win Jirou's heart. That's what I took out of the scene, of the fact it's just a race to show that no, these two girls are pretty much on not similar paths. They're on different paths, but it's all looking to end at one point, and the whole one point is hopefully they win Jirou's heart, and everything. So it's gonna be freaking interesting to see when I go read the manga, how far the story's gonna take. I do hope going on, Jirou does not become a dense protagonist. And I don't know how close the series is to ending, but it's gonna be interesting to see. But I did like that whole, acknowledgement point of the fact that, hey, it's these two characters that I think we can now acknowledge that they both know that, well, they both like Jirou. Akari realizes she's in love with Jirou, and Shiori is in love with Jirou. And I think this week Shiori realizes that, oh, Akari's in love with Jirou. It's more than just a whole husband-wife relationship between those two for a practical. Because again, like I mentioned at the start of the episode, she figured, no, the way Jirou kissed me wasn't a way that it wasn't like he didn't know what he was doing. He knew what he was doing, which she knew they had to have kissed in the past. And then plus, Shiori also knows that her and Jirou are pretty damn close. Akari and Jirou are pretty close. But overall, my overall ending thoughts of More Than a Married Couple. Even though the finale wasn't what I wanted, I still thought it was a finale that ended off in a nice, solid way to where it's like, okay, for people who watch the anime, if you're willing to go read the source material after you watch this episode to find out what happens next, go ahead, read the source material, unless you wait for season 2. But my overall thoughts is I really did enjoy this anime. It was a particularly different type of romance series handled, like high school romance drama series typically handled. Yes, it has those same core elements that every romance anime has, but the one thing that I felt that was different is the fact of this whole thing of, okay, the school has having this practical exam. In order to graduate from high school, you have to do this practical exam where you're paired up with a classmate and you have to pretend to be husband and wife pretty much. Again, I wish the one thing I do say is I still wish the school, maybe when I read the manga, maybe they'll explain more into that. But I really do wish, what was the purpose of this practical? Now, I know, like, I guess the truth thing is, I guess in real life, Japan actually sometimes does this to increase marriage, in Japan, because their population is pretty low. They want to increase marriage, so then, obviously, husband and wife get together, do the thing, and then make children. That's the whole thing there. But I would really like to hear that and see what the whole purpose. But it was an interesting kind of twist of a romance anime of where you put pretty much these two opposite characters. One kind of is a gamer type of niche type of stuck-in guy that doesn't really talk a lot, while you have this very overexerting, very colorful, popular girl that, guess what, slowly but surely starts to fall for our boy that is not really, let's just say, her type of guy. But lo and behold, she does fall for him, because at the end of the day, she likes the personality he has, and he likes the fact that, well, even though he has some qualities that can be quite weird about him, I still like him for it. And it's kind of, though, it's one of those animes where it's like opposites literally attract type of thing. But it was interesting just from the fact that, okay, it's just this fake relationship that ends up blooming into a legit relationship between two characters that by the end you can see our main female character Akari ends up falling for her. Again, Jirou has those moments where he falls for her, but it's not 100% because at the same time he's falling for his childhood friend. So this is definitely going the route of a love triangle. It's definitely gonna be interesting to see where it goes when I go read the manga, but it's a solid anime choice. If you are just seeing my thoughts on the finale, well then, hey, go rewatch this anime. It's honestly, I thought it was really good. It was really good. It's one of the better romance animes that I watch. They didn't have a lot of drama. Like these romance animes, they typically try to have drama, but this show didn't really have drama outside of maybe last week's episode, with the cliffhanger and everything. But so far it was nice carefree moments where you get those nice fan servicey moments of Akari and Shiori and everything, and you get those moments to where, okay, you get cute, adorable moments. Now, the only thing is that, again, will start to piss me off the more I watch or more read is how freaking, dense will Jirou be. I want to see progress, and I want to see that, and hopefully Jirou is kind of the thing. And that's kind of the thing that kind of sucked about this finale. He's kind of unsure about his feeling. Like, dude, you should easily know. If a girl kisses you, they like you. They're in love with you. If a girl is willing to go on a date, they like you. It isn't that freaking dense of a complex. That's the only thing that I hate when it comes to these romance shows, because you typically have the main male character be dense who doesn't know anything about love. And I'm like, it's so fucking obvious. I'm like, shit, to go talk to your parents. But overall, that was the final episode of More Than a Married Couple. I don't know if the show is going to get in season 2. I think if it gets a lot of obviously the sales do good in Japan for it and everything, especially for like manga and, Blu-rays and stuff like this for the show when it comes out to that. I think it can get a season 2. It might be a while, but honestly, I enjoyed it. I can't wait to see more. This was also another good animated show. The animation looked really damn good. So yeah, the only thing I'm gonna miss is waking up every Sunday to see more of this show, and I'm gonna be craving more. But again, if you can't wait, then go be like me and go read the manga. But anyways, guys, that's my thoughts on More Than a Married Couple. Great romance series. I'm gonna miss it, but I'm gonna be reading the manga, so I guess I won't miss it altogether. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Catch you guys in the next video. Till then, guys, stay safe out there and have a great rest of your day. Peace.